Next up from here in Singapore, we have Cinnamon. Cinnamon, everybody.
Hello, I am Miki from Seconds. And here's co-founder Dr. Hajime. Seconds is zero-step photo sharing application. Actually, there are many ways to share photos. All of them take several steps, like selecting who to share with or uploading photos. But do you think it's really easy enough? My answer is definitely no. Very easy is not enough. Seconds is zero step. You can share photos with zero step. Okay, so let me show you how Seconds looks like. Seconds is basically a camera. With a tap on right bottom, you can select who to share with. Now, I am having working application with this phone. So please let me show the photos taken by this phone will be shared to that phone connected to the screen. Okay, so I'm going to take a photo of judges. So can I take a photo of you? Okay, 3, cheese, yeah, 3, 2, 1. Okay, look at the screen. Yeah, so the photo gets shared so fast, right? Thank you. Thank you. Then, okay, so Hajime. 3, 2, 1. Then, okay, so here you guys. 3, 2, 1. Then, I don't forget myself, of course. 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Okay, so like this. As you know, you can share photos as many as you like, and the photos will be immediately will be shared, or will be uploaded on the cloud. And the photos will be curated on an album like this. And of course, you can have albums as many as you want, like this. In alpha testing, we found Seconds can be used not only for photo management, but also for communication. For example, like in a party, or for babies, or couples for daily communication, or girls to saying, I want this to their boyfriends. So Seconds is making visual style communication on smartphones. And the last and the greatest thing is our team. Both Hajime and I are serial entrepreneurs from Japan. I experienced one buyout to Mixi, and Hajime did it twice to Yahoo Japan and Mixi. Also, CTO Alex is super geek. Unfortunately, Seconds is not available on Google Play, but if you go to this link, and it is our website, and you can install it. So please try it and enjoy Seconds. Thank you very much.
Great presentation and good demonstration as well. A couple of questions. The first thing, how does it work with Instagram?
Actually, the Instagram is mainly for filters and share very public reason. But our application is more for close communications, like more like a WhatsApp experience or Line experience. It's very tiny groups, like only 2 members to 5 members, but the groups should be multiple.
Okay. I mean, from my point of view, it reminded me of when people used to have to do the dial phone like that, and then all of a sudden they created a phone where you could just press buttons. Did the same thing, it just made it a lot easier to make the call. It seems to me like, although your product it does speed up what we're talking about, it doesn't seem to me that it greatly transforms the way what the end result is, if you know what I mean. It's still just a photo sharing tool, which is pretty cluttered, I would imagine.
Okay, yeah, of course we know that the photo sharing space is very, very crowded, but actually so for example, the Dropbox makes a huge innovation in a very crowded space, right? So the reason why Dropbox win is changing no user experience from just the file editing, file uploading, no uploading the download process, just drag and drop the file. It's a very usual steps for a PC, right? So our product is imitating a camera. So no album. So we don't do any of the explicit action to the photo sharing. Just shooting a photo and then all shares. So no UX change. We believe change the word.
I mean, I also see that in existing products, the way to share the picture on the social media, it seems to me, I mean, not so, the difficulty at this moment. But why do you see that, we need the services like makes the posting faster. So why do you see that the function, the value, should be very important for user?
Okay, for us, the term fast means two meaning. One is the skipping all the process for photo sharing. It's a bothersome, skipping all the bothersome process is a value, right? And the second thing is a time. So for the time, we investigated a lot about the mobile application, and we finally find that the mobile, to make a word of mouth things on the mobile phone allows influencers to demo this application and then showing the wow things, right? So that is why we stick to the speed as well.
Good presentation. So your UI and UX is wonderful. So I have one question. Please tell me about your business model in the future.
All right. So business model we think right now is the copy of the Evernote, but actually we are very confident in monetizing this application because unlike most of the photo camera application, this photo application gets very high DAU. So it's very sticky, right? Because every time someone is sharing a photo and then pop-up is coming and then check-in and then we can put comments or stickers or many things. So we have a lot of communication features as well. So it makes a higher DAU as well. So that is why we believe that we can make a higher ARPU. Oh my God.
Do we have another question? We have 30 seconds left. Nope.
Yeah. I have the privilege to meet them before, so I have no questions. But it's cool to see, Japanese speaking English. It's kind of cool.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cinnamon guys. Thanks very much. Next up, we have, that's 7 down, 3 to go. How are you guys feeling about it so far? 70% through, huh? Pretty interesting. Last 3, all the way from the curiously fragrant harbor. Lots of buttons. Ken Lee, everybody. Give it up for Ken Lee. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name's Ken, and I'm the founder of Hong Kong-based startup Lots of Buttons. Lots of Buttons is an online craft store that's aggregating all crafts materials onto one website and selling them at 50% of retail. If you live in a small town in the US and you're looking for a specific crafts material like a button, chances are you won't find it. Lots of Buttons right now has over 20,000 buttons on its website, and it's the largest button website in the world. And we plan to do this with every vertical in the crafts industry, becoming the world's largest craft store. So the problem we're trying to solve is that crafts materials are expensive, they're hard to sort through, and availability is pretty unreliable because of the long supply chain. So our solution is to aggregate everything into one site, ship and source from the same low-cost location, and to not carry inventory, which I'll get into in a moment. So crafts is a huge market in the US. It's around $29 billion, and it grew 7% a year from 2001 till now. The largest cost component is actually logistics, and the stuff is actually made in faraway China. So what we plan to do, or what we want to do better, is that we want to market in English, we want to ship cheaper than our competitors, and we want to be as close to China as possible. So that's why we're in Hong Kong. Hong Kong also offers us a multitude of suppliers of different scope and scale, and to the extent that we can actually source just in time. We can buy buttons as the order comes in and not carry any inventory, and still realize 400 to 500% markup. So why are we starting with the button vertical? Because buttons are hard to find, and they're a major pain point for crafters. Buttons are also very high margin, and buttons have a very small form factor, so it's very cheap to ship. In fact, we calculated that it's actually cheaper for us in Hong Kong to send buttons to the US via priority mail than for us to send it via priority mail within the US. So our competitive positioning is sort of in between three opposing objectives, which is low prices, broad selection, and high quality. So by excelling in all three areas, we think we can offer a very compelling value proposition to crafters, and also at the same time have a competitive moat against companies looking to get into this space. So some of the things that we've done since our full commercial launch in September, we've gotten on the third spot on Google for the keyword buttons, and we average around 800 unique visitors a day. Our last month's sales were about 13,000, and we're about 5,000 away from break even. Our average order size is also $25, and you got to remember this is just for buttons. And I guess we've tried to really keep lean, so we've kept our customer acquisition costs actually lower than the profit that first order generates. So in terms of expansion, we want to expand in all three dimensions. We want to expand horizontally and stack fatter verticals, larger verticals, such as scrapbooking papers and beads, which are billion-dollar markets. We also want to increase our reach vertically and source from factories, go upstream, up the sourcing canoe, go up north to China. And also, we also want to source for B2B, meaning we want to source any style and any quantity for retailers and manufacturers. And also, we want to innovate in our business model, or what we call the Z-axis. So we want to add other revenue streams, such as allowing crafters who have bought stuff from our site to come back and sell the finished good on our site, similar to what Etsy.com, which is a major competitor to eBay, does. So we need investment. So we need marketing. We need investment for attacking the next two verticals, which is beads and ribbons. And these are billion-dollar markets. We sort of consider buttons to be our little league market, where we tested our marketing ideas, and we also developed, our experience in operations. And now we're ready to graduate to these larger markets, or larger verticals. And the good news is that the operational support, the operational infrastructure is already in place. So we can actually scope, economize, and actually use the same operational structure, and in that way, achieve significant profitability. And finally, there's also synergistic cross-selling by making the people who buy buttons from our site right now buy ribbons and beads as well. So in that way, we don't have to spend any in marketing and increase our basket size. So this is our team. We're still a small team, but together we have quite a bit of experience in e-commerce, in online marketing, and in cross-border opportunities. This is a screenshot of our website. As you can see, our aesthetic is very DIY, very craftsy. And this is our product page. And we've actually tried to make it very modular so that we can actually tack on verticals at will and using the same structure and the sorting tools on the left. And that's the end. Thanks for your time.
A few questions. Are you the only one in the world that do this button stuff online?
Yeah, kinda.
Cool.
There's a couple more sites for buttons, but none of them have more than 5,000 in unique visitors.
And what's your SKU count? Like how many do you?
25,000.
Sweet. Yeah, so I think a lot of you are thinking, oh, zips, right? Like, fuck, I should do zips or I should do socks. Or
Yeah. Someone actually registered
right.
lots of zippers,
Yeah,
and we couldn't get that.
So who is your customer? Are they like craftsmen or are they like small little shops? Or?
So there's around 20 million to 30 million crafters, like sort of people who do DIY crafts at home. And actually 56% of households in the US actually participate in crafts at least once per year.
Okay, I second that. Testament from Jeffrey there. When I thought of buttons, I thought this might have been a joke when I saw the preamble before setting up here on stage. You talked about you don't manage the product, or you don't have inventory, right?
Right.
So how do you maintain and control the quality of the product? And it's obviously going through multiple suppliers.
Yeah, so we have a network of suppliers, and what happens is they're sort of like candy shops, right? So we have a merchandiser who sees the order, she runs down, and she sort of goes to the shop and she picks out what we need right away. And that way we're not burdened with any balance sheet risk, and we don't have to take in lots of inventory because with Pareto principle, more than 80% of the profits is generated by 20% of the SKUs.
Okay, so you're up now, you're making money. You said you're almost break even, did you say?
Yeah, in
before?
about 2 months, I'd say.
You've been up for 2 months?
No, we'll be break even hopefully in 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you got money today,
Mm-hmm.
if you were given, say, what are you after, $500,000?
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you do with that money?
I think we'd devote probably 60 to 70% to that, to marketing, especially to marketing to the two verticals I talked about, beads and ribbons, because they're actually very cluttered. But they're much larger markets, they're billion-dollar markets. So we need sort of the marketing oomph for the gunpowder to cut through the clutter and get our name out there. Yeah. And we also, when I talked about sourcing upstream, once we have the data set of prior purchases, we plan to make selective purchases of stuff that we know will sell. That way we can realize higher margins. Yeah.
So my question is, how competitive are you guys in terms of pricing compared with the ordinary products?
So we try to be 50% or at least 30% the price of retail at the ground level in the States. So we have a significant, we're a lot cheaper than pretty much everyone else out there. And this is at least for the button vertical, and we plan to do this for every other vertical because we're so close to the source, which is China. And we're so close to where the stuff is produced.
Okay.
Yeah. It is very interesting business. So I like this. So I guess your business is very profitable, isn't it?
Not yet. Hopefully. So it's very high margin though. So
high margin?
Yeah, it's very high margin. Yeah. Oh, our gross margins right now, without keeping inventory, are close to 70%. Yeah.
Excellent. That wraps it up. Thank you very much. Waiter, can you help me? There's a fly in my soup. I'm sorry, the cook used to be a tailor. Thanks. All right, we're almost done, guys. We have 2 more left. I think now's actually a good time. If you're using the Yolu app or maybe you've made some connections here, you should try to organize a dinner with some other people that you don't know and try to build some relationships after the event. So we'll be wrapping up in just about 10, 15 minutes. The 9th, and we have 9 out of 10 from Singapore. Tribe. Put your hands together for Tribe, everybody. Thank you.
Okay. A very good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to start my presentation with a quote. Good businesses listen to feedback, but only the great ones act on it. So, in a nutshell, Tribe is a mobile feedback platform that helps businesses to transform customer feedback into future profits. So why are we working on this product? Because today, most businesses hear from less than 1% of their customers. On top of that, the traditional feedback process is just too time consuming and it delays service recovery, which directly leads to upside customer churning. So our solution to this problem is to help businesses to actively collect customer feedback with our mobile feedback tool and transform them into future profit with this 3-step process. Listen, learn, and act. Okay, let me just quickly illustrate how Tribe works with a video demo.
Tribe makes it easy for customers to leave feedback with their smartphone without having to download an app. Customers simply scan a QR code or enter a URL and they are in. Once a feedback is submitted, the customer will earn a reward for his next visit. Our smart system will automatically deduce the sentiment of the feedback. Happy customers will be prompted to share and recommend the business on Facebook and get their rewards upgraded. Their friends can click on the Facebook post and receive a reward as well for their first visit. If a negative feedback is received, an instant alert will be sent to the store manager through email and SMS for immediate service recovery. But the true magic happens behind the scenes. By using Tribe's online dashboard, business owners and managers now have a quick and organized solution to measure customer satisfaction and loyalty. They can compare current performance scores against their past results and with a click, benchmark themselves against similar industry scores. Making sense of customer feedback has never been easier or smarter. Operations managers can simply zoom in and view summarized feedback data. By applying feedback filters, business owners now have the ability to monitor employee performance from a customer's perspective. Marketing managers can grow their database, export customer information for targeted promotions, and perform lead generation. By combining mobile feedback, rewards, and a powerful online dashboard, businesses can now place the customer's voice at the center of everything that they do. Tribe. Feedback, actions, profits.
Okay, so today we are working with more than 60 businesses in Singapore, including restaurants like Timber, beauty salons like Mary Chia, tourist attraction like Tiger Brewery Tour, and apparel retail outlets like Miju. We have been around for 6 months. We have presence in 140 locations. We have received 5,000 customer feedback and 2,000 Facebook recommendations. Okay, I mean, when we are talking about marketing research, we are looking at market size of 1.2 billion just in Southeast Asia. But for Tribe, we are focusing more on 300 hotels, 9,000 restaurants, and 4,000 apparel retail outlets in Singapore. By charging them $50 per month for hotel, $20 per month for restaurant, and $20 per month for apparel retail outlet, we are looking at a market potential of 3.3 million just in Singapore. By expanding this projection to Southeast Asia, we are looking at potential annual revenue of $35 million. Okay, a little bit more about our projection. In June, we hope we are able to raise our seed funding. Immediately, we will start hiring. At the end of the year, we hope we are able to expand our operation to Malaysia, Indonesia, or Philippines. In the next 1 to 2 years, we will focus a lot on expanding our operation aggressively. And in 2016, we should be looking at a comfortable revenue of 2.9 million at a cost of 1.5 million. Okay, so a little bit more about the team. Sejong, he's our engineer. He graduated from NUS. He went to Silicon Valley, worked in this payment company called Zora. And prior to that, Sejong and Kenneth actually co-founded a custom software development company. So together, they have more than 5 years of experience in developing scalable products. For myself, I'm doing business development for Tribe. I graduated from NUS as well. I went to Silicon Valley, and prior to that, I worked in companies like Brandology and IBM as product consultant. Kenneth, he's our designer. He graduated from NTU. He went to Ogilvy and Oracle, and worked there for a while previously. So with this hacker, hustler, and hipster team, we believe we are able to push Tribe effectively into the market. So, and most important of all, we are really friendly folks. So if you guys have any further question, please do not hesitate to look for us at booth 42 tomorrow. Or just simply visit our website, trii.be. Thank you very much for your attention.
A good presentation, great video, love the branding too. I've got a question about the market size. It seems to me it seems very small, like the potential earning capacity over the next few years. What are you getting positive feedback from investors when you're talking to them about that? What are you doing about it?
So we're actually in the midst of refining our market, because one strategy, as you saw, the low price model, is really to gain access into the market. We are moving towards marketing research for bigger companies where we can charge more. But at the same time, we have like 1 foot in the consumer space, So we're solving that through a low price model to gain access into the market. But where most of our revenue should come from should be from larger companies.
Okay, so online these tools they've got varying business models. Have you considered other models which may reap a bigger return per customer than $50 a month at a hotel? Because it seems to me pretty insignificant to a Hilton hotel or somebody paying $50 a month. I don't consider it worth going to management, getting an approval on that. Whereas if you had a different business model, we're charging per feedback, or where's the scale? Where can you get more money from a bigger group or a bigger customer as opposed to a smaller customer?
So something that we learned early on this year, we took on an ad hoc marketing research project. So within a span of like 3 or 4 days, we were able to charge $10,000 based on the customized report. The same product itself could automate about 70% of that process. For our regular merchants, the one that are paying us on a month-to-month basis, we give them small reports as well. The product was able to automate like up to 95% of that. So we are really trying to move towards that. And as I mentioned before, the low price strategy is really for us to gain access into the market, where we have kind of like have a thing with consumers. Consumers can see recognize our brand and get some kind of rewards. In that sense, driving more feedback submissions to our merchants.
How can you really give the consumers the incentives to get the merchants feedback? Like say, even if you may provide the coupons, a discount by providing this feedback, but right now in the almost merchant already they have the discount coupons, even though they actually do not ask any the customer feedback. So how actually can you really persuade the consumers to participate in the feedback?
Okay, so for most of our, the restaurants who are working with Tribe at the moment, they are giving discounts like $5 discount for the next visit, $10 discount for the next visit. They're all huge rewards, easily 20 to 30%. Merchants, they are comfortable with giving that as well, because they recognize that, first, they get a feedback from the consumer. Second, they may get social media exposure, positive recommendation on Facebook. And third, they are giving their consumer a reward, increasing the chance of them coming back again. So, based on our sales experience, they are okay with giving good rewards, and good rewards would attract more customer feedback. Yep.
Quick question. You said 5,000 feedback in 140, but what's the foot traffic, or what's the total? Is it like, 100,000 people and then 5% send something, or what's the conversion rate of feedbacks?
We actually don't have any. Right. So to be honest, we don't have any data because we do. Yeah. So we don't really know how many customers our customers serve, But from our conversations with them, one example, Timber, they've been using us from the start. Before using us, they were hearing from about 20 customers on a monthly basis. In the first month, they've received 200 responses, ranging from very, very unhappy customers to very, very happy customers, and everybody in between. So through that, we're trying to build a better picture for them to understand their customer base. Yeah.
So I have the same opinions. Your business projection is so weak. So you can do that, accelerate your business.
Yes.
So because it is very useful for merchants. So are you interested in the Japanese market? Because your business fits nicely with Japanese culture and business.
Okay. That's very good to hear, because we right now we are working with Ginza Barin, so kind of like a tonkatsu shop. So to be honest, we have not thought about going to right. So to be honest, we haven't thought of going so far. Japan is kind of like the cool place to be. So we thought maybe Indonesia, Malaysia, and Philippines first. But from what you've told us today, yeah, we should think about it.
Great, thank you. Excellent. Thank you, gentlemen. Nicely done. Last, certainly not least, straight from the Middle Kingdom, where I live, please give a warm welcome to Shunta, everybody. Shunta, I guess, I don't know.
Hi, I'm Sans, founder of Shunta. Shunta is an online dating site for gays in China. Thank you. Shunta in Chinese means search and be found. As we all know, there are lots of dating sites for straight people, but very few for gays. This is the problem. Gay and gay, they need a platform to know each other. And they can't share such things on Weibo or on Facebook. That is why we created Shunta for Chinese gays. We connect the gays with three ways. Our website, it has a clean interface and helps suggest other gays which our algorithm believes you would like. Mobile application, you can check out other gays based on location. We also have QR code, which bridges the gap between actual and virtual. The card comes with a unique number and a QR code, which helps gays connect with each other easily. Let's check out the video for better understanding. Okay, our market is a niche market, but big enough. In China, a census report shows that there are over 30 million gays in 2012. Currently, Shunta is free to use, but we will implement a freemium model. Users who wish to use our premium features will have to pay. We have 60,000 registered members without any promotion. Lots of them are recommended by their friends. Given resources, we are able to make 500,000 users in the coming 12 months. If 5% of 500,000 users pay for our premium service for $29, then we will be able to make a $725,000 revenue each year. We have a strong team of 7. I'm Sense, founder. I also coding for the project. I'm working at TripAdvisor. Lang Hui is our co-founder. He's our product manager and designer. He's currently working at Douban. Xiaoyue, Lin Zhi, and Quan Ming, they are all developers from Baidu. Zheng Liang is the iOS developer from Tencent. Chen Zuo is our marketing associate. He's from IBM Global Consultant Team. We definitely understand the market well because 6 of us are gay. Please let me know if you have questions. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. First of all, you already have the 60,000 users, right? Can you let us know how active the users are, like say the monthly active users or daily active users, whatever?
Yes, we launched the pre-landing page before we launched our site, and we collected 1,000 emails before we launched a month ago. And once we launched the site, they invite other people by SNS, like Weibo in China.
Okay.
So very quickly, people joined the community. And also we have the card. Card can spread very quickly. Because we have a card set, everyone can have 100 paper card. So once 100 cards spread out, there's 30% of users frequently visit our website every week. Yes, we do some research before.
Oh, so MAU is 30%. Okay, interesting. Also, why actually do you provide the paper-based card for the business? Is there any specific reason?
This is because we think about 3 scenarios. Website can solve the online dating. Mobile can solve mobile scenarios. When you go pub or someone else, you need mobile. But physical card is very useful in China because when you buy a train or you go to the subway or airport or a fitness club, then it's very useful. You want to tell other people your telephone number or something confidential things. You only pass the card. And also they can encourage the people to find the love. Maybe he felt embarrassed, but the card may encourage them, right?
Okay. Well, I have tons of questions. Okay. First, the use case of the card is if you meet someone interesting, you just slip them the card, or how does it work?
Exactly. This is depend on who uses the card.
Okay. Okay, now I get it. So I'm sure you know Grindr, right? But is Grindr sort of getting flat in China, or is there another competitor in China, or are you the only one in China?
We don't think there are competitors in China. We do research before we start the project. Because this market is very special, no professional company do this. So I think we are the #1 in the short future.
Okay. 2 more questions. One is, what is your premium features? What does that mean?
Premium feature most covers something like when you're using the mobile application, you can do voice messaging. And also in our website, you have a priority show up case. Right.
Okay.
And other features we are investigate in our coming project.
Okay, so when you search on mobile, if you are premium users, you pop up first?
This is algorithm.
Wow, sweet. Okay. And last question, have you raised money? 筹钱了没？
We haven't now, but we plan to the premium services.
What other example have you seen that has successfully charged subscription fees for a pure social network? Because it seems to me, if it's marketed as a dating site, people are generally, I guess it's more outcome driven and they're happy to pay. Is this being positioned as a social network to build out a large gay community, or is it being marketed and positioned as a dating platform for gays?
It's more like a dating site. People finding their maybe hookup or finding the lovers. I don't know. It depends on the users who used it.
Seems like we want to do some plug into the social networks, something like Facebook, Weibo. No, we don't do such things because this is something very important for the privacy. The gay people, they want to exclude me, out to people's. Maybe they are always in their personal life, right?
Yeah. Okay. So I think, like, as a takeaway from the pitch, I think just being confident about that result, would help. And I think that you've got enormous potential.
Okay. Thank you.
谢谢你们，太好了。Excellent. All the best, guys. I would love to thank our judges, Kitagawa-san, Yorimoto-san, Andrew Collins, and Jeffrey Paine, everybody. We have an excellent lineup for tomorrow. Please get here early. We have Rocket Internet, we have Taobao, we have Property Girl. Please give yourselves a round of applause for being a great audience. Thank you, and see you guys tomorrow. Good night.